Hello, folks. It's Wednesday, August the 28th. It's about 10 p.m. on the West Coast of the United States. In this video, we're going to look at charts of Nvidia, and then we'll take a quick peek at the equity markets to see how they're behaving. Let me share my screen here and we'll get started. Obviously, we had Nvidia announcing earnings today, and the price of Nvidia jumped around a little bit in the aftermarket. In tomorrow's session, the markets will likely be reacting to the jobless claims report, which comes out in the morning tomorrow. Let's talk now about Nvidia. So the results, their earning results, pretty much matched the expectations of analysts. So shouldn't expect much reaction, bullish or bearish, based on earnings results. There was nothing exciting. So for the people who are hyper bullish on Nvidia stock and AI tech in general, there was really nothing in this earnings report to feed their excitement. So we may, I guess we might see a little bit of bearishness because the hyper bulls were disappointed. There was acknowledgement of the design challenges that Nvidia has faced with their Blackwell chip. They're still expecting to ship the chip in Q4 and have several $billions worth of revenue from that. And still expecting demand from existing data centers as they re-equip, update their hardware to accommodate AI tech and increasing demand for data centers to feed the AI technology. So jobless claims, we mentioned that. So now this is Nvidia in the daily time frame. The most striking thing about this chart is the flag pattern, which is a continuation pattern. So we get a flagpole and then the flag or the pennant. And then what quite often happens is the stock or whatever vehicle we're looking at, it will replicate the flagpole. And so that's what this upper line is. That's just a duplicate of the flagpole placed from, you see, from the lowest point of that bull, that candle. That was today's candle. And it gives us a price target of about 160, a little bit higher than 160. Now, we may see some bearish action tomorrow based on what the overall markets do. But I feel pretty good about this target at 160. We can see from accumulation distribution that investors are remaining in the stock. They're hanging on to their shares, still increasing their holdings. Got a little bit of increase in volume today, which, you know, not surprising really on a earnings announcements day that we get elevated volume. MACD we can see is in bull mode, which supports the idea that the primary trend remains to the upside in this time frame, albeit we can see from the histograms that upward momentum has waned some. It's slackening the upward momentum. Energy very elevated based on stochastics. So not bad looking in the daily time frame. Let's look here in the weekly. What really jumps out at me, well, I guess two things. MACD in bull mode again, primary trend to the upside, although currently on a sell signal. So in this time frame, still on a sell signal, energy elevated. It's this fall off in volume, and so what we like to see as price is rising, you know, what we'd like to see is volume rising along with price. And that's not what we're seeing here. Is we've actually got a fall off in volume. And I wanted to look where the split was to see if that was having an effect on the price action in this time frame, and it's far enough back that I don't think that's the case. So anyway, this volume gives me a little bit of pause, cause for concern, perhaps. In the monthly time frame, not a lot we can tell in this time frame. Again, bull mode and on a buy signal. It's been on a buy signal for a long time. Energy very elevated. Interesting series of candles there. And again, the idea of a sideways consolidation. Clearly, that's what we're seeing with the body of those candlesticks. Big upper and lower wicks, upper wick there. This we could probably describe as a bull hammer, which of course, bullish. That's why they call it a bull hammer, suggesting yet again elevated energy and supports the idea that the primary trend remains to the upside. Bull hammer there. In the quarterly time frame, not a lot we can say here. Price has just risen so quickly in Nvidia with the excitement about AI and Nvidia having not a lock on the chip AI chip sector, but certainly the key player in that area of the market. So let's do a quick overview of the equity markets. NASDAQ we'll start with because obviously Nvidia is a tech stock trading on NASDAQ. Couple of things to note in this chart, and the first one is the fact that we've got this open gap overhead. And gaps in financial charts, they serve as a vacuum, or we can think of them as a vacuum. Basically, price abhors a vacuum and tries to fill it. And so the fact that NASDAQ was unable to rise up and fill that gap is bearish. That's not positive action. The fact that resistance, this horizontal resistance level, stopped the market and it rolled over without filling that gap. So in my opinion, that is a bearish indication of where the NASDAQ is at right now. Bull mode in MACD, again, upward momentum is waning based on the histograms. Energy remains elevated. So, and let's see, let's keep rolling. So SPX, similar action. We don't have an overhead gap. I mean, there's the gap, but it's been filled. We are seeing the same rollover. We've got this simple trend line that clearly price is reacting at this level, and we can see it again. This candlestick found support there, and of course at the horizontal support resistance zone, support at that level and in the support zone today. Let's see, I think that's enough there. In the Dow, looks like a double top, resistance clearly in this zone. We're finding support along, this is the upper median line of a modified shift pitchfork, acted as resistance on those four candles, support there. We got a bounce, price poked down below that level, but clearly closed above that level. So support there. Based on MACD, quite overbought. And I explain this in most of my videos that one of the techniques I use with MACD is to look at prior highs in MACD. MACD is not a bounded indicator. It can go to infinity in either direction, but quite often prior highs and lows in MACD show us where price is likely to reverse. And, here we are nearly at that level. We're nearly at the level where price rolled over to the downside. And so again, overbought based on MACD, energy very elevated. That's all I've got in this video. Really just wanted to look at the Nvidia charts and then the overall markets. this is probably the most interesting thing going on in these charts, is that we have this flag pattern giving us a target at 160. So we'll see in the markets how they're going to trade in the morning, what the jobless claims report's going to do for us. And I look forward to chatting with you in the next video. Let me stop sharing and end this video. See you, folks.